All right. Here we go. It is not Wednesday night. It's not Thursday night. Is it Friday?
I don't know.
It's Friday. We're in Alabama. We got a nice little fire behind us. And we got my boy Aaron
What's going
Lakia.
on? I'm
His
back, boys.
back. Where you been? What's going on?
Welcome back.
I have been doing newborn trenches, guys. I mean, I've been changing diapers, learning one-handed, getting puked on, right? I mean, just getting pooped on, peed on. But
Okay,
listen,
I'll keep it PG here.
all right. But he's.
I think you're doing something wrong if you're getting it
Yeah,
all.
maybe. No, listen, he's a gem. His name's Callan.
Month old.
Month old, I think, as of yesterday. So yeah,
What is
he's
Callan,
great.
Scottish?
Scottish, yeah. Callan is great in battle. So maybe we can go somewhere with that. You never know, right?
No.
Maybe a future golfer. We'll see.
I think Brandon's a Scotch guy. Brandon, got any
Yeah.
Scotch with you?
All right, here's the Callan.
Hey, listen to
Cheers,
Callan.
boys, to
Here's the
Callan.
Callan.
Thank you.
Whoa, Warren's got some
Warren's.
too.
Jeez.
That's got to
Scotch.
be.
I don't have it right now. So all I know isn't there a whiskey Macallan? So are you?
Oh, I wonder.
It's McCullen, or is it
Is
McCallan?
Is it McCullen?
All
I
right.
don't know. That's what I was just thinking
Yeah,
about. I just thought about it. So if you're having a bad day,
If you're having a
Okay.
bad day.
You should start buying a bottle every year on his birthday, and then when he's like 21, here's 21 years of Scotch.
That would be cool.
ooh, that's good.
Also,
That's
if
good.
McCollum wants to sponsor the podcast, we would be
Yeah.
open arms. Open arms.
Nothing like a good
Yeah,
Scotch.
right.
in
If
90
they could
days.
just watch the podcast at this point, we'd take it.
Also that.
Oh, love it.
Right.
Love it. Well, sounds good. Well, boys, it is exciting times. If you look behind me, you'll see it's empty right here. The golf clubs back in the car, baby. 80 degrees here in Illinois. The grass is turning green. I was outside chipping today. It was ugly. It was half my yard's dug up. And then you boys were out in the course today too. Nobody ever cares about your full round, but thumbs up, good round, bad round, how'd it go?
I would say good round. I think Ellis played way better than he expected. 85 for the first round out on a really tough course.
That's right.
What did I shoot? Even?
Oh.
Shot even. So
Yeah, so
but
decent.
Tough day
Tough day.
shooting even. So Brandon, first round out, that's what we're shooting, right? Even and 9
85.
over,
I'll
right?
be even on the first hole, maybe.
I
Couple mulligans.
Love it.
Winter mulligans coming in. Why not?
yeah.
Oh,
The first round of the year is like smelling green grass and just whacking
Oh, it
away.
was
I could shoot
nice.
105 and feel good.
We had good weather. Light
Oh
breeze.
yeah, we're sunburned. My
Yeah.
knees are burned.
Yeah, actually, I wonder if
You look like a little lobster.
So we'll see. But
The violin for you. The world's smallest.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Love it. Well, it is Masters Week. Sorry, Masters Week. It is Players Week. Just a step down, right? But anyways, normally we do on Wednesdays where we're jumping in right before. Well, now we're at the cut line. So obviously some big players cut, some good action. Is anyone able to catch a peek? What's your thoughts, Brandon?
Well, I usually pay attention only to my guys that I have in our pool or whatever we do. So they're not doing good. So I haven't caught a lot of peaks.
That's a continued
I appreciate my boy JT doing well, but he is not in my pool because I had no faith in him.
Who is in your pool?
Well, I said earlier, my man Bhatia is in my pool, and he's top 5 right now. So, well, I mean, it's only been 2 days. It's only 2 days. He's tied for first, yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's only been 2 days.
Yeah. Holy
Is he tied for first? Yeah, he's tied for first.
First. Hey, Brandon,
I was like-
before you get too far into it, I think
Oh, yeah.
for people listening that want a unique fantasy, I'm in the same league. I find it kind of different, right? Everybody's on FanDuel that picks the players once a week. Explain in short terms what that league is like in case anybody's interested.
So this league has, what do we have, like 75 different participants. So it's pretty big. But you take last year's top money winner, which was Scotty Scheffler. How much did he make last year?
About 36, 37.
36 some $million. Okay. So then the next year you get to build a team based on that 36 million. So if you think Scotty's going to hit 36 million again, well, great. Pick Scotty with your 36 million, you buy him. But everybody costs how much they made last year. So if JT won $5 million last year, which I think that was probably somewhere around there, he's probably looking pretty good this year because he's going to surpass it. So you're looking for guys who can make more money the following years. So Scotty's a tough play because I think he actually, like, we don't get exactly what he made. I think we get 36 million and Scotty made 32. So if you're taking Scotty, well, then I only have 4 million to buy a couple other players who made nothing, and you hope they go off.
How do you determine how much you get out of your pocketbook? Like, is it all? It's basically
last year's earnings.
It's last year's earnings.
How much it costs.
Aaron, to answer your question, you get
how much do I have to spend?
you get 36 million to spend. So you get 36 million to spend, and you can pick up to 10 players with that 36.
And it's
million.
36
so
million because that's what Scotty
That's
won.
the top guy. Yeah.
No,
it was
36 million includes his FedEx earnings. I think they go based on his actual winnings.
Right.
So it's like 26 or something like that.
Yeah. So then every week for every tournament, you get whatever your player won that week. It goes in your pool, and there's weekly winners, there's overall winners, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm in pretty close to last place.
Oh, good job.
Who are your players?
My players, I'll tell you who my players are. You want to start with the guys that have already been cut this week? That's Max Grazerman, Max Homa, Eric Cole, Doug Gim, Aaron Eckroat. Well, he's not cut yet. Byung-Young An, Jordan Spieth, Bobby Mack, and Akshay Abatia.
Well, Bhatia is a good play for you this week.
Well, this week Abatia is paying off. If he wins this tournament,
I thought Homa was playing pretty well, but
he's been sucking.
That goes to show you. So Homa this year made a swing coach change, and club change, all the same too. That's like
that was making on that change in the world. That was what
in golf. Because now you don't even know what's going wrong, or your club's wrong, or your coach wrong. You're in trouble. So. But anyways, that league, the only reason I wanted to bring it up for any listeners is, it gives you a different pick, right? You're not just trying to pick the guy that's making the most birdies or something like that one week. It's a week long. Every week you check in, see what's going on. So
it's nice. You pick once the whole, and it lasts all year, which is nice. You don't have to constantly be picking teams. And
just hope nobody gets hurt.
That can happen.
Very
so back to the players, though. Ellis, Aaron, did you guys watch? What's your thoughts today? What's your thoughts on the course? What's your thoughts on some of the players?
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for this one. So, I've watched almost. So he's got a newborn. He's sleeping and all this. So I'm out here on the patio. I put it on the TV, which can't show Golf Channel because they won't let it. They won't let us upload this to YouTube later. But a couple things. One, course looks crazy cool, obviously. Two, the tee time I think is now $842. I think if you wanted to play it. So obviously ridiculous, and I think that's including like the caddy fees. So like they're putting that in there. Looks insane. The bunkers that line the fairways for hundreds of yards, also really cool. But the sneaky storyline, and I don't know if y'all have heard this, but the sneaky storyline coming out of Sawgrass is Rory McIlroy heckled on Wednesday afternoon. Have you guys heard this? Or you're hearing this for the first time?
Elaborate. My wife brought it up. I never heard the story. Bring it up.
So it's now a viral situation. So I actually made aware of it by some sources here, but then it went viral the next day. So here's what happened: is Rory had a bad practice round and was not in a good mood, and he's been honestly in a bad mood the last couple weeks. So he's in a bad mood. He hits one into the water on let's say hole 14 or 15. I don't know. Doesn't matter. And these two kids that were following him were, I guess, probably giving him attitude or whatever. So one of the kids alludes to him choking at the 2011 Masters, which not a good idea. Obviously, Rory's sensitive topic, right? So he drains one into the water, dunks one into
14 years, by the way. 14 years, Rory. Relax.
This is why Rory's my favorite golfer. Still,
Your wife left you for a year, and you're still thinking about the 14 Masters. Come on.
emotional train wreck. Well, we'll get to the Rory
11
divorce
Masters.
next podcast. I wish you would have left him, but you didn't. Anyway, so he dunks one in the water. The kid says, "Just like the 2011 Masters, Rory." Okay, so he comes off the tee and he walks right up to the kid. And he goes, "Hey, can I have your phone?" And the kid's like, "Yeah." So he hands him the phone. Fine. Rory walks away, confiscates it for the remainder of the round. Right. So there's a couple videos on Twitter that start blowing up. Right. Turns out the kid is like number 3 in the world, University of Texas amateur, like really insane.
Wow.
So this goes sideways real quick. So the University of Texas issues an official apology to like the PGA Tour and Rory McIlroy. Then it comes out the coach is like now calling out the kid and saying like, you know, I raise these kids or I teach these kids and clearly we haven't done a good enough job. We're going to be evaluating like our whole scenario. He's going to be issuing letters of apology. So the kid's now having to write like 9 letters to all the different bodies, the governing bodies of the PGA Tour. Yeah, so that went sideways. But the whole University of Texas team had just won like a pretty big tournament, and they were like celebrating. They had dinner with Scotty Scheffler the night before and all that. So yeah, this kid, I wonder.
Heckles Rory.
He heckles Rory, gets basically ostracized. I mean, it's either gonna like make this kid's career, or if this kid's like his ass is grass.
You're telling me this kid is going to be signing with Liv here in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Bad idea.
Make him
That would be one of the greatest
That's the
PR
stories
moves
coming
that
out
I
of
could
TPC
ever
Sawgrass.
think of. Liv signs this kid for $40 million. The next Rory McIlroy puts him on tour right away. Let's go.
Now, the last thing I'll say about it, and then I'll shut up, is obviously as the biggest Rory fan out there, he's had a bad 3 weeks. The guy's like needs like a freaking beer. Like he's a grump. Like Jesus. Like the guy is heckling you fine. He's 19 years old. Like, do we really need this to turn into? But
everyone's been 19, right?
Rory's a little touchy.
I mean, clearly the kid's probably super talented. He's probably
number 3 in the world.
He's probably cocky, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. He's been put in his place, right? I just, so yeah, total crazy. I guess my opinion on the players so far, I think the course has been pretty scoreable. I think like the conditions have been pretty good, except maybe the afternoon round for like Rory and Scheffler and stuff yesterday. But today it looked like he had great conditions. We haven't seen the second half of Rory's round today. We were playing golf, but I'm excited to kind of watch the highlights of that. But he came out swinging, like, you know, looked like he was doing pretty well. But I don't feel like, you know, I think it's a shaper's course, right? Like the greens, I mean, the greens are fast, but they're used to fast, right? But like it's a course you got to like work left and right. You know, it's more of a shot shaper course, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. But we were joking about it because they stuck Rory, Scheffler, and Schauffele all in the same group. Could you imagine if all of them kind of just had crappy days?
Missed the cut.
And they all missed the cut, and the ratings just go, you know? So I don't know. But it's been exciting. I think it's been good so far. And he was telling me, too, record turnout right now.
Yeah.
So they're expecting, like record numbers on Saturday, too.
Yeah, so, today shattered the record.
So
well, I mean, a couple things to piggyback off that. Crowd seemed pretty heavy there, and today you were talking about that group, right? Well, they were all flinging birdies on the front nine. You guys, whenever you guys see this a little later, they get put on the clock. They're a hole and a half behind on hole. I don't quote me here, but a hole like 10 or 11. I don't think the group made another birdie barely through the remaining like 6-7 holes. So you can't tell me, they've been talking about pace of play issues. You can't tell me that if that starts becoming a thing, that's not going to impact
now,
scoring.
I'll call it right now. That's freaking Xander's fault. Because Rory's a fast player. Scotty's not exactly fast, but Xander plays slow as hell, and he was in bunker, every freaking bunker after bunker. Like, the kid took forever. So that's on Xander.
He was 4 under at that time. He wasn't missing a whole lot out there. So it's just interesting, what and a lot of listeners can think of this, and even you guys. When a marshal comes up to you and talks to you, right? I mean, we're not professional by any means.
No.
When a marshal comes up and
Whoa,
says, "Hey, you got to
whoa, whoa.
I'm just saying that messes with you, right? Would you guys agree? Like, it kind of
One of
pisses
those
you off,
today.
and you don't play the same before and after. So that I think that's an interesting thing to watch. That if they continue to push this pace of play issue, how it impacts players actually hitting the ball. So
And
I think Brando's got it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brando.
You're
I was
fine.
gonna say, like, I think that it just changes. I don't know how you're thinking about playing.
It shouldn't. You're a professional. It's not the first time
I
you've
get
heard
it.
like that.
I'm just saying. Think about it, like
Get over it. Marshall
Maybe.
tells you to speed up.
Maybe.
Oh, you've heard that 1,000 times.
it's still it's still something else you got to juggle now, right? Like, my pace of
Maybe.
play, blah blah blah. I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
So
I mean-
real quick, pro or con, they're getting ready to release the players' average time before a swing. So the PGA is discussing release this. They have all the statistics, have never released it before, but they are getting ready to release it to the public of who takes the longest, who's the slowest. So the public knows who's the fastest slow. Now the players
We take
they
bets.
know what this list is going to go.
Oh, yeah,
Brandon,
don't
what's
tell
your
us.
thoughts? What's your
Patrick
thoughts?
Cantlay has to be 100% slower than everybody else on tour.
And it's
If not, then it might be somebody random that gets no screen time. But Cantlay, oh my god, I'd heckle the hell out of him.
Wiggle. Xander wiggles a lot.
Is it it's
When does this come out?
who is it? Who's the others?
Careful.
No, one
They
of them.
they have not. I don't think they've set a date on it. I think
Oh.
they're still in discussions to release it. But I think overall, if you're talking about heckling on the course, I mean, you're inviting hecklers to say, "Hurry up," whether they're playing slow or not that round, right?
Okay, so tell us, Warbird, who's the top? Do you or you haven't seen
Make
it?
it exciting.
no,
Make it
no,
exciting.
they haven't released it yet. Yeah, they haven't released it yet. But I just wanted your guys' opinions on. Do you think it's a good thing for everybody to know that?
Sibu Kim? No, he's fast.
I think
Brian
people know already. I don't think
Harmon
it's
also does like the freaking
Harmon's
club
terrible.
pickup like 100 times. before
Somebody
he hits
got
it.
in
Boring.
trouble when Rory won. When he just won, he got I thought it was Kim that got in trouble for being slow, and he got like penalized and everything for it.
You hear in the news. I mean, you had Morikawa purposely being slow with Scheffler a couple tournaments back,
Yeah,
just trying to get him
Morikawa,
out of rhythm. I think that was late last year. Because some players, I mean, if you think about it in the sports world, sometimes you try to slow a team or a player down,
sure.
and
yeah.
I bet you there's
I thought you
games.
were going to say the real sports world. I was like,
Freaking Arsenal in the Premier League, they call it the dark arts. They're the kings of it. I mean, if you ice me on a tee, one, it's probably a bad shot anyway. But if you ice me, it's like forget it. I might as well just like take my drop up there. I hate waiting on the tee.
I don't. I'm okay waiting everywhere but the tee. Like if
I
I'm in the
hate-
if I'm an
I
iron or
hate
something,
that.
right? I can, like figure something else to do. But like tee box wise, I definitely
That's
don't.
because we're typically waiting on you. I think I've seen you line up putts before. I've seen
Well,
This is true.
we have.
it. Which why you make more.
So Aaron today did not take a ton of time on the greens. His birdie putts went about 12. The ones that he missed went about 12 feet by, and then he went up and whacked the par putt and made every single one of them without even lining them up. I'm like, why would you even bother lining up your birdie putts then? Just hit them like that. Like,
so that's Aaron with the putter that he didn't just spend $1,000 on.
Yeah.
that was the crappy $900 spider.
Oh, just that one. No, if you don't want any of these crappy putters, I mean, I can give you my address. I mean, it's fine.
He's been making fun of me because I have like what did you call it? Like the naughty or the bad toy room where all the bad putters go. I have like all these putters that like sit and just grow
on the
old.
naughty list.
Yeah.
All right, save me one for May when I'm down there.
All right.
One. You
All
could
right,
have
well-
like 4.
Yeah.
I've had the same putter for 10 years. I just
We
need
went to
one.
the-
It'll last me the next 10.
We go to the range yesterday, and he goes, I'll just pull the truck around. Why don't you get the bags out or whatever? And I pop the tailgate, and I get my bag out. I'm like, do. And I get his, and I'm like, whoa. All over. He's got like 14 drivers, 9 putters, 1,000 wedges. I'm like, and then like
It was like-
100 balls.
Yeah, there was like 19 clubs. in there.
Aaron, you have a child, and you start saving some money for that child to go to college.
Yeah, not doing that again. My back was killing me after that. I was like, dude.
Love it. Well, real quick, let's
Anyway,
wrap up on the players. So
I have one more
we'll start.
storyline if you don't have a
We'll
question.
start. Well, we got one storyline I think we want to discuss, and then we're going to do some picks. So
Okay.
Justin Thomas, 11 birdies, 1 bogey, course record, moves from being plus, I'm going to get this wrong, +6 starting the week, or starting early on the front 9, now makes the cut 5 under. Anyone watched the round? What's your thoughts?
Wait, on JT?
JT.
What
yeah.
did he start the round at?
He front 9 on Thursday. He was +6.
Yeah.
Makes the weekend at 5 under par.
But there's like, what, 20 people at 500 par or something? How many are under?
Oh,
Because
I mean,
what? I think 2 under was the cut, wasn't it?
1 under was the cut.
1 under the cut.
Yep. So,
I think,
anyways,
I
I
bet he
think
gets
it's
top 10.
interesting to see if he can continue it. But
There's 12
so I'm
people
going to name.
at 500.
He's going to get top
Yep.
10. He's trending. He's trying to make the Ryder Cup, which he will make.
Yep. So, anyways, Brandon, I'm going to start with you. Got picks here. You got the following players top within about 4 shots of the lead: Jake Knapp, Fleetwood, Zalatoris, Glover, Smalley, Morikawa, McIlroy, Spawn, Batia, and Lee. Who are we going with?
Oh, I'm going with Bhatia. He's my guy. I have to stay with my guy.
I like it.
I have,
Do I even ask you, Alice?
No, we already know what he's going to pick.
Aaron, who you got?
2018, baby. He's getting the second one.
You know, I don't know. I'm going with like a no-name guy. Maybe not like picking a name, but like I'm going with like a not Glover though. Give me something else.
JJ Spawn.
No, give me something else.
Molly.
Benwoo Lee playing well, shapes the
Bud
ball,
frickin'
hits a
Collie is
2-iron.
not gonna win.
Go with Zalatoris.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
You trying to lose me?
It's Bhatia with the specs. I hope people are doing that on the course for him.
Yeah.
Looks like Ellis.
It's hard to golf with glasses. People don't realize.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the players, speaking of the course, did you guys see somebody put the progression of the tee shot on number 6 with the tree?
That's the other lead.
Wait,
That's
what
the other
is it?
storyline.
That's awesome.
Tree that they transplanted.
Yeah, the tree that was transplanted because it died back in the day or whatever. But like the progression of it, dude, that's a scary tee shot.
Oh yeah.
It's not even scary. That's ridiculous. Did you see that you have to the apex of it is 31 feet, and if it's like 19 over here and like 22 over here.
Yeah.
So like there's zero chance that
That's crazy.
Has anyone hit the tree?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
They
think
have.
they said 13 people nipped the tree today.
Yep.
And it I think that now Warren's a stats guy, but I don't know. But it said that the hole is playing. I think it was 30 over where it was last year because of the tree.
Because of the tree. Yeah. It's crazy.
I was
Could
surprised.
say I'm a big fan because it gives us something different to see.
Oh, 100%.
It's not the same shot over and over. And is it really in play? Only if you really mishit your ball, right? If you're hitting a
still gotta
driver,
keep it.
3-wood, or 2-iron, you're going to keep it under on a normal
Sure.
swing. But it's a
Absolutely.
mental thing, right? I mean, we see that on courses we play that have some wonky
All
tee
the
shots.
time. Number
great.
what? 4 at ledges. We got that.
Oh, screw that all. I hit that tree 6 times off of one.
Yeah. Welcome to our world, Justin.
I think,
That thing is terrible, man.
I think
Yeah.
that's what TGL is missing.
Trees?
Trees in the
Bring in fake trees and put them all over the screen.
No, I'm not saying it inside the dome. I'm saying that they need to.
cool.
Oh,
They have
oh,
to, like,
on the screen, you mean? Okay.
yeah, they actually,
I thought it just start growing trees inside the
I
dome.
mean,
That could be cool too. Little
Maybe.
Wait, is
avatar.
TGL still a thing? We haven't talked about that in a few weeks. I have no idea. Is it over? I don't
Nobody
know.
has talked about it.
nobody's talking about it. I mean,
Too bad.
to me, like, that's what would make it like interesting is they have to essentially play. I wouldn't say I don't like the word trick shot, but I also like
Oh yeah.
I like the idea of them having to play because that's what these guys are like so good at is like flighted shots or they got to play some kind of cut. Like we see on right now with the players, right? You see the people that are scoring right now are able to work the ball left and right when they're in trouble, right? Like Rory, like we watched Rory play some crazy.
Oh, the punch shot on 18
Punch
he had
shot,
yesterday. You
and
guys
then
see that he ran it all the way
right.
up and then makes the freaking birdie.
But I want to see them have to try to do that
Yeah.
like on command on TV with a group of people because that's what we can relate to, right? That's the stuff we can relate to. Right now, we're relating to them hitting good shots. I know they can hit good shots, right? Like I want to see stuff that they can't do, almost. So.
Sure.
Anyways,
All right,
I'm
Warren,
with you.
what else you
I'm
got
with you.
for us?
All right. So next segment we're doing is Warren's happy hour. I was watching Smiley's happy hour. I'm inspired. So happy hour. We're gonna start with. Let's start with this question. Aaron,
I need a beer for the happy hour.
Oh, hold
If
on.
you
hold
could-
on. He needs a beer. So
if
this
you
could be all-
could,
Oh.
we're gonna start with you. If you could own a driver that hits the fairway 100% of the time, 100%, but it can only go 230 yards, are you buying it?
no.
100%.
Only driver you can have in the bag.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't ask you yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was getting a beer. I don't know.
I feel like
You're saying no, 100% of the
So
time.
no. Okay, so no. No, just no.
just no.
Just no.
Brandon, yes or no?
Yeah, 100%.
That's where your freaking driver goes anyway. That's not a fair question.
It's not always in the fairway. It's every time in the fairway at 230.
Upgrade for him.
100% of the time.
Yeah, everybody would do it. Everybody do it.
But you're capped forever. No matter how better you get, it's only.
I haven't gotten better in 38 years. Okay.
That's what I was saying. This is not a fair question, but
Yeah, I don't know.
okay.
What
so
about you, Alice? You've
you
struggled with the driver.
Yeah,
in the past.
Ellis, you average 250. It's not even that much more.
Listen, Ellis played really well today.
Oh yeah, he always plays really well against Aaron, and
So
nobody's
Rory
ever there to
McIlroy
see it.
Driving today, so
Sure.
Okay, but I would take it if it's 230 and down the middle every time. I would take it.
No way.
230
Nah,
in
I
the
would take
fairway.
it.
100%.
If it's auto, I mean, at best or at worst, like you're hitting longer. But
I'm hitting the white tees every time.
But
I'm
that's
not
not
playing the
the
back
stipulation.
tees with you ass
That's
bags,
not the
but I'll play the
it's
white tees.
230 and you're hitting the fairway every time.
That
you know
doesn't. That only works for one set of tees.
Well, that wasn't the question. All right, Warren. Next question. Good question.
Next question. We had a short discussion on this earlier. $500. You got $500 in your pocket. You can buy a club one time. It's going to improve your score by one stroke every round. Are you buying it?
Yeah. I mean, one for $500. I mean, think of
Do I need the club? Do I have a replacement?
You're saying
We'll call
one
it a putter.
stroke
You can
every
buy a
time
new
I go out
putter.
and play, or
And-
just
No,
one
just
stroke
like
total.
Yeah, one stroke total for
It's
the
good.
entire year, but it costs you 500. So if you're scratched like today, even you're now one under.
I
You know
think-
what we
wait,
derived this conversation off of is the lab putter, right? If you
Yeah.
knew that you could buy this club and you're going to make one more putt per round, are you buying it for $500?
Are you asking? Can I go, or are you going to go?
No, go ahead.
You can't say $500. You got to make it like $5,000 because Aaron just buys $500 putters like.
$1,000 or
That
what?
was over 1,000.
Over 1,000 for a lap.
So Aaron's
Oh.
answer is yes, because there's
Well,
no
time out,
guarantee.
time out. So let me answer that.
Lab, call us. We're gonna buy it
So-
anyway, so call us.
I think it's relative to your handicap.
Oh, you're gonna make this
100%.
complicated. I don't know what
No,
that means.
it's not. What it means is if you're a 30 handicap, it's not worth the
Okay.
$500.
Okay, but that wasn't his question. Warren, can you clarify then the question?
That's the question.
Well,
Ellis.
but it's
That's the
not the same
question.
if you're a
And I
scratch
think that's
golfer.
part. I think that's part of it. I think people that are lower handicaps are willing to spend more on clubs because they feel like they get that advantage.
Well, that's true
You know,
because
if you're
Oh,
like
this is where we're going here. This is where
No,
at
not
the
so.
end of the day, I can hit my
wouldn't say an
same pins and I'm
advantage.
still
I
going to be
wouldn't
a
say an
14
advantage.
handicap.
I think it's a lot harder to drop a stroke when you're at a lower handicap
well, 1,000%.
than
Yeah.
it is to drop
100%.
one stroke when you're at 30 handicap.
Yeah, it's not worth it if you're shooting a 97
That's what
and
I
you're
mean.
like, it's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Yeah, but the question was drop one stroke around, not one stroke off your handicap. Now, one stroke off your handicap, you're paying $500.
But
Right?
that would equate to one stroke off your handicap.
It would be
Well,
similar.
maybe.
And I mean, okay, within I get it, but like
Yeah,
to
I
me,
mean,
like if you went out and said instead of shooting 101, I'm gonna shoot 100,
It's not worth it.
it's not worth it. But if
exactly.
if I'm gonna come out and shoot a 70 instead of a 71,
Or no, more
It's
like
worth
a
it.
more like a 80, and this is the difference between you breaking 80
And
or
70 or
breaking
90.
90 or whatever. That's
to me, like
yeah.
I think that's the break point for me is like the lower it is, the more it's worth.
Oh yeah, yeah,
the stroke.
yeah.
Type of thing.
I mean, we answered his question.
No,
Because
I agree, and I guarantee you, if you offered that Scotty Scheffler right now, he would.
Oh my
he'd
God,
pay,
can you
He'd
imagine?
pay about $5 million
I
for
was
that.
gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
he would pay
So-
more. He would pay. Yeah, he. I mean, because that one stroke to them could be a whole championship.
Well,
Right.
exactly. Rory was just talking about that the
Yeah.
other day, and he was saying like a half a mile of ball speed or half a mile an hour per ball speed multiplied by the 450 rounds he plays a year or whatever, crazy or whatever. Like it adds up to equaling millions of dollars. To us, if you only play 40 times a year, who gives a crap? Like, don't even bother.
40.
I think the interesting thing is where that break even is. Obviously, there's financial constraints for some people, but if you had flexibility in income to be able to buy
Sorry,
it, like
listen.
where does it move? Like
Right,
8 handicap, 10 handicap, 12 handicap. So,
I mean, to me, a stroke, that'd be, I mean, for 500, I mean, over the course of a year, and then you have it the next year, like, I mean, that seems like an investment. But for you, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
here's a question. I'm going to start this one
next
with Brandon because I'm interested in your thoughts on this one. You can buy a new putter, okay? You will never 3-putt ever again,
Oh, fuck.
How much am I paying for it?
but you'll never 1-putt.
Oh,
Oh.
Which one are you going with?
Nah.
What? Are you kidding me?
I like the thrill of one putting from 25 feet.
Well, so if you're on in 2 and
It's
you
so
never
funny.
3-putt, but you can't
Yeah.
1-putt.
You're
then
always
so is
pars.
birdie.
You're always in pars. You have
Yeah,
no
so the
birdie
better-
chances.
So the better he plays, he's not. Yeah,
So
I think
wait.
I pass on that
so
too.
wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you think maybe?
But you could be a scratch golfer technically.
So, yeah,
Brett.
so listen.
Let me
Oh,
let
oh,
me
oh,
modify this real quick. Okay, so you'll never 3-putt, but you'll never 1-putt never 1-putt outside 10 yards.
Yeah, I mean, same.
10 yards? Yes,
Okay, let's
I'm
go
in.
10 feet. 10 feet.
10 feet's not bad. I got an 18-foot putting green I make all the time over here.
I think I pass.
10 yards? Taking it. 10 feet? No.
Because if you could become a scratch golfer if you hit every green in regulation and he's 2-putt, fine. I'm not making birdies. I'm still a scratch golfer.
So my
I 3.
No. You're going to drive yourself nuts there, Ellis. If you're Aaron drives himself nuts by shooting straight par, and yes,
I don't think
it's never enough. That's the whole point of the sport. It's never enough.
Here's what I think the question technically is: what do you like more or hate more?
this is where I was gonna go.
3-putting or making a birdie? I hate 3-putting. I don't mind a par. I like a birdie. I hate 3-putting. I made a birdie on 2, and then 2 holes later, I 3-putted, and it bothered me so much. Like I hate it. So
Let me like add to his question for you, Brandon. Do you think that your answer has an effect on your handicap?
It's 100% affected on my handicap.
Because I truly.
My answer is different than yours on all these questions because
I
I'm
know,
a
but
higher handicap.
maybe I should rephrase it. Do you think you have a higher handicap because of your decision of wanting to try to like be a hero and make a one putt instead of just being boring and make a two
Probably.
putt?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I would argue this group is arguably one of the better putter groups I'm around.
I know. I'm just
But
saying, like, sometimes.
But I mean,
And Brandon's a good putter.
the problem doesn't lie in the putting for me necessarily. Like my 3 putts are very minimal usually because
You don't.
it's taking me 6 shots to get to the green. Who gives a shit now? Like if I 3 putt. So that's why my answer probably differs because if I'm hitting the green in 2 every time like you, Aaron, okay, yeah, I'm probably taking this deal because that's your only where you can screw up from. You can hit it from 45 feet.
When he hits his freaking wedges and irons too close,
The
I
best-
would take that deal because I don't.
I don't
Right.
think I would take it.
Of the 4 of us, I'm probably the worst putter.
No, I don't know about that. I just
No,
think
I
that like
bet
strokes.
Brandon's better.
No, you're only the worst putter, Ellis, is because your second shot is usually on the green versus my second shot's off, and I can get closer on my third shot, so it feels like I'm a better putter because I'm always putting.
You're better. You're a better lag putter than I am. I'm
No,
a
but
terrible lag putter.
I think Brandon's right. What he's saying is, once you're on the green, Brandon's typically closer to the pin because he's hitting it from off the green, like like a 30-yard chip.
Yeah, I'm wedging. I'm a wedge.
I don't know. I think if you put us on a putting course, he's probably going to beat me. Like
Well,
I'm not a great putter.
No, but
usually on the putting courses I'm hammered. So
he's saying
Or
like,
either.
if you and I were, we go out there and I'm hitting to 15 feet and you're hitting to 30 feet, your chances of 3-putting are a lot higher because of your proximity.
Yeah, I mean,
He may not be on the green, right? So his extra stroke is coming in off chips instead of putting. But
yeah, if you tell me that you're giving me an iron that I land on the green every single time, I'm paying a lot of money. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
So
But I have
How about
different
this?
game. It depends on your
Brandon,
game.
how about-
Go ahead, Warren.
How about this modification? So now I'm interested in this. You have a new putter, right? This putter will only do one of 2 things. You're either going to 1-putt the hole or 3-putt the hole.
Oh Jesus!
And you don't know which one it's going to be?
Why would you
But
not?
you'll
take the
never 2-putt.
Nah.
Oh, so it's like a random chance?
Random.
Just saying you're never going to 2-putt it.
When
You'll
would you
lip
want
out
a
every
3-putt?
time.
Well, you're saying like
Let's just do like a par 5.
what when would it be a 3-putt?
Why would you not take the 1?
Every time you miss the first putt.
What? How would you know?
He's saying every time you miss the first putt, it's
Oh, so no matter what, if you miss the first putt, you're taking a 3-putt.
You got a 3-putt.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I cancel that deal and a no deal.
I figured that would be a hard
Ain't small,
no.
miss small.
Yeah,
There ain't 3-putting. No 3-putts. That's
All right.
that's my
Last-
goal for
last
2025. No
questions I got
3-putts.
for happy hour, okay?
I don't see any range zone. Okay, good.
I had 4 3
You got 3 shitty rain conditions or three crappy conditions playing, right? High winds, bitter cold, rain. You got to pick one of them. Which one would you want to play in?
rain.
We'll start with you, Alice. Go.
Rain. I don't mind the rain.
This isn't light rain. This is
Do
is
I
as
have all
much
my rain?
until they cancel tournaments. So always
Doesn't
think
matter.
like you've watched enough PGA tournaments. It can rain, but not rain enough where it's going to cancel the tournament.
Nope. And
right?
the reason and I play in the rain a lot. The reason I like the rain is because I feel like most people don't. So I feel like it gives me a slight advantage. So I'll play in the rain. Don't matter.
Aaron, you're up next. Where are you going?
High winds, bitter cold, rain.
I would probably say high winds.
Yeesh.
Why?
What?
The bitter, I really struggle with layers for bitter cold. I mean, I know.
I struggle with the clothing, he says.
Well, he's got your joints are
My
popping.
joints don't.
and-
I mean, I'm just not.
yeah.
I really struggle with cold and like.
I'm just old.
I can't
Just
turn
old.
Love it.
All right.
And,
Brandon, what
all
about
right,
you?
rain-
What's your
reason I
condition?
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
All right, fine.
Brando.
Well, as being the most well-insulated guy here, I'm taking the cold. Man.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said as the most well-insulated guy here, I'm taking the cold.
Yeah.
I love
Why
it.
would
love it.
Why would I take the cold? My ball was not going to fly another 20 yards. Who cares? It doesn't fly that far anyways.
I
Love it.
hate the feeling of like maybe like a 5 iron. Just like if you hit that a little thin. Oh,
What's bitter cold though? I mean, the coldest you actually be able to play in, 45 degrees.
Wait,
Let's
that
say
wasn't a
40, 45
stipulation.
degrees.
no,
That
it was
wasn't a
no, it was
stipulation.
cold. Cold was one.
He
Cool.
said bitter cold.
Yeah.
I think maybe
Right. To me,
Yeah, I'm not
40,
playing at 5 below. Am I playing at 5 degrees below zero? Like,
40 to 45. That's
yeah, like the coldest it would ever be for.
If you're saying minimum temp is 45, I would choose bitter cold.
what?
Yeah.
That's cold.
God.
Okay, well, I can't wait to play with
Yeah,
you.
I mean it's 5 degrees out. I'm not playing, but like
I mean,
40.
Well, then the greens are frozen and you're playing on marble green.
45 isn't frozen, guys.
Well, it is up north.
Well, yeah, but you gotta remember, like 45.
Well, how about this? In 3 days on Sunday, it's supposed to snow in Chicago. Why don't you fly up and
That's
we'll play,
not 45.
and then you can see if you enjoy it.
That's under 32.
Are we seriously supposed to have snow?
Yeah, it says snow on Sunday potential.
It's 80 degrees today.
I know.
This is
Well, that's why
ridiculous.
there's tornadoes tomorrow. So that we get the high winds, we can maybe see our drivers go either 100 yards or 500 yards.
Yeah.
Aaron
All right,
loves
last
when those
question.
high winds.
All right, Warren, what you got?
Last question on happy hour. It's piggybacking off that question. We'll start with Aaron. You're in sorry, you named your kid after Scottish words. Let's do Scotland, playing the course of your life, and you have to play in 2 of those 3 conditions: wind, cold, rain.
Oh man.
Which 2 you playing in? Which one you kicking out?
I think I would kick out the rain.
No.
Wind and cold.
Wrong.
Going with wind and
The
cold.
rain's
I think this is the hardest question to answer
Because
combining
I think-
any 2 of these is miserable.
I think any way you pitch it, it's miserable. But I feel like once you're cold and you're wet, you just can't you can't warm up. Whereas like if it's windy and cold, you can like adjust layers, or you can do different things to try to like I don't know stay composed. But yeah, I really I don't like putting even with the like water on the ball really messes everything up. I don't like rain gloves. I just rather just avoid it.
There you go.
There we go. Alice, where are you going with it?
I'll take. I don't mind the rain, like I said. So rain and wind, but yeah, leave the cold out.
Brandon, what do you think?
Same. If I have to drop, I took cold by itself. If I'm dropping one now, I'm dropping cold. Because I can be warm and wet.
Yeah.
I can't be cold and wet. Or cold and wind is even colder. I can't do that. So I have to be wet and wind.
Yeah. How about you,
If
Warren?
you- I think that's a good question. I would probably side with you guys. Wind and rain. Wind to me would be the one condition I'd play in. I think it's fun trying to figure out ways to flight balls and hit into the wind, and I think it adds some strategy to it where the other 2 just add randomness to it.
8 being.
But but yeah, wind and cold's a hard stop for me. So wind and rain's got to be it. So
It feels like your driver's gonna crack on impact when it's windy and cold. Like, no, thank you. And then you're like, well.
But I would say if you go to you got a trip planned to Oregon, or you got a trip planned to Ireland, you got to plan for 2 of those. So
No, that's the thing. Well, yes, but never gets that cold in Ireland though. Like, I mean, it's chilly, but it's typically just rainy and windy. Never gets that cold. Never gets that cold.
I love it.
And my buddy
I love
that's
it.
Irish, Phil, he's the guy that it's like 48, 49, 51. He's like, hey, you want to go golf? And I'm texting back. I'm like, not today, clearly. He's like, this is like an Irish summer day. Yeah.
Irish summer day.
Nope.
And I think you'd be surprised the amount of people. I think, Ellis, we were having a conversation last week. Guys walking down the fairway, 40 degrees, and windy, and playing. Like, there is just some stalwart people out there willing to play.
Would you? Well, I just told Aaron this earlier. I think with the players, breaking records with the attendance. I think golf it's at a peak. Like it's cool to like golf. Like the amount of like girls you saw like at the tournament today and the players, like it's cool to like golf. It's cool to go to golf. Like, so I don't know. People are golfing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's wrap things up. What's one thing you guys are looking forward to watching this weekend with the players? What's the storyline you're looking forward to most?
Brando, he's like, I'm just not going to watch it.
I got it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, boys. We got green beer. I don't have time for the players.
You have any green food coloring here?
Green food coloring. I'm just hoping Batia's top 5. I just need a top 5. I am in last place in this pool, and it's really bad. We gotta get.
That'd be a good storyline, though. Batia winning the players, that'd be cool. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'll wear my glasses all next week for him.
I'm thinking the best thing that can happen is Rory wins it and then gives a shout out to this Texas kid while he's holding up the trophy, and then looks straight at Scott.
He gives him the hook 'em horns. He gives him the hook 'em horns.
What if he did the whole
and walks off?
No, that would be great, wouldn't it? Just hook 'em horns at the end.
That would be top 10 all time.
Wait, where did Rory go to school?
Oh, good Lord, I have no idea.
He went straight from high school?
No, he did go to high school.
He never went to any college or anything?
No.
Oh my God!
Too good.
What if he just literally said, "Yeah, Longhorns"?
No, he's.
Oh my God!
But
he'd do like Boomer Sooner or something like that.
The president of the Matthew McConaughey would have to get involved. Honestly, they'd have to be like, well, we're obviously letting that kid go, and like we're gonna have to like restructure.
Oh yeah, old Vince Young will come out of retirement.
Warren, that's pretty good, man. That was a good suggestion.
I love it. Well, Aaron, I'm glad the little one is healthy.
Yeah,
I hope your guys' rounds go well tomorrow. Rossbridge, I believe. Brandon, looking forward to getting out soon. So thanks again, guys. That's it for this week's Nothing But Lip. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.